Before coming to the Gateway of Grace, my thoughts were full of nerves and kind of just thinking about how would I make an impact. I'm very shy, and I'm not comfortable even like going into homes of people who I know, people that I've known for a long time. It makes me nervous. So the fact that what I was doing here was meeting new people who came from a different country who you would think you would have no connection to, going into their houses and teaching them English. But what I learned was that I felt so much more comfortable in their homes than I sometimes even feel in mine with my family. The love that they showed to me was very impactful, and the fact that they came from a different country, a different culture, they speak a different language than I do, and I could connect with them more than I've connected with so many people in my life who I should have a better connection with. One of my favorite stories is that I went into a house of my new friend Ibsisam, and she's from Morocco, and I had never met her before, but I went into her house, and she brought out her gowns, Moroccan gowns her wedding dress. She brought out her wedding dress and gowns that she had worn to other weddings, and they were the most beautiful dresses I have ever seen. Specifically this one that was pink and just beautiful, and I was just looking at it on her couch like, wow, I would love to wear that. And then she asked if I wanted to try it on, and I couldn't believe that she even brought them out for me to see, but that she was letting me wear this expensive gown. I put it on and I came out, and her daughter had her dress on, and it was just a really amazing moment for me to feel like family in her house. I've loved it here, and I love the people, and I'll always remember everything that I got to do here.
Coming and volunteering at Gateway of Grace has literally changed my life. I didn't know what to expect. I was really nervous about teaching English and going into strangers' homes. And the people have been so inviting. I've never felt so loved, so welcomed, so included in someone's family. And all we did was go in to people's houses and teach English. And there were tons of people that signed up, which I totally was not expecting. And it was a blessing. I mean, it's beautiful. One of the things that's tied my heart to refugees is the fact that they've been through so much trauma. Every single person that we spent time with in the last 2 weeks has been through tons of trauma at the hands of other human beings. And it was, for me, an opportunity to, when you've been through trauma, you're stripped of your dignity and your ability to trust other human beings and your choices. And so for me, it was the opportunity to speak love and healing back into their lives, just by offering them choice and dignity, and by being present, and offering them my time, which was the only thing that I have to offer, and just loving on them. One of the ladies that we had the opportunity of spending time with, her name is Ibsisam, and she's Moroccan. And when we got there, she had made like a ridiculous amount of food, like way too much. And it was all like beautifully displayed, and she wanted us to keep eating and eating, and she just wanted to talk. And so we sat at her house for like 5 hours, and we just talked about what she thought about Islam and what she thought about Christianity. And it was interesting and beautiful, and she asked questions and we answered them what we could.
Coming down here, I wasn't sure exactly what to expect. I knew that we were going to be teaching some English and that we were also going to be spending time with the refugees and potentially in their homes. When we got here, we were given the opportunity to have sign-ups to go into the homes of the refugees to teach English. And I didn't know how impactful that would be or how much I would come to love the people that I met in such a short time. I didn't understand the hospitality and the culture that I was walking into when I came into each home. I remember sitting down with a family from Afghanistan, and we were going in there for a tutoring lesson, and right as we went in there, they were getting ready to eat lunch, and they stopped us from starting the lesson so that they could feed us. And I remember the husband saying to us, keep eating, and I'm like, no, really, I don't think I can eat anymore. And he looked at me and said, no, it makes us happy when you eat more. It makes us happy when our guests eat more because we know that you're happy, and we want our guests to be happy.
Before I came to Gateway of Grace, I really didn't know what to expect. I knew I was going to teach English, and that was nerve-wracking for me because I'm not even from America. I'm from Puerto Rico, and I'm not that good at my English. I struggle sometimes. So I really didn't know what to expect. But when I got here, my life changed forever. The first day I got here, my heart just broke into little pieces. As soon as I walked in the door of the building, I could see people smiling at me, laughing and, just being themselves. And that was my first, that was the first big impact that I had. To know that these refugees that are here are just people, just people who need to start a new life.
What was amazing about this trip is being able to go into the homes of people that were Muslim and love on them. Going into the homes of people that were Christian and been persecuted and love on them. We met with one family, and her name is Ibtisam, and as we were talking with her one night at her house, she said to us, Islam is all about rules. I want something that speaks to my heart, and I think that's what Christianity is. And we got to talk to her about how that's Jesus. Something so simple as going in to teach English lessons, which, by the way, coming from Southern Missouri, my English is not usually the best. But it was okay because we were going in there and they were so excited to learn, and it wasn't as hard as you thought to teach English whenever it comes to learning, going through the basic English. But what it gives you is this opportunity to love on them in a way that you never expected. It opens doors into homes that you would not be able to get in without having that ability to teach English to them because they're so excited. And the other person that made a really impact on me was Azam. She'd only been here for a month and a half. She was persecuted Christian. She had moved from Turkey, but originally from Iran. She doesn't speak that good of English, but yet we were still able to love her through that, and she was able to love us. I remember talking to her, and she told me that back in Iran, she was a movie critic for 16 years. And at that moment, one of the expectations I had about refugees was shattered. I remembered that they had lives before they came here. I remembered that they had their own jobs, their own home, and that they were in our country and they were hurting and they had gone through trauma and they probably didn't feel dignified anymore. And as we brought furniture into her home and we ate with her and we taught her English, I realized that we were helping her feel more dignified in who she is, and that she was welcomed here and that she was loved and that this is a place she could stay and knew that she had people that cared about her. Coming here to work for Gateway of Grace broke my heart in such a beautiful way for me to want to reach out to people that are hurting and have no one around to love them. Refugees need people to come and love them and show them they're welcome. And I'm glad that we got to do that.
It was just amazing to see how much they loved me and accepted me into their family. And after I left, the woman texted me and, said that thank you for everything, and that she sees me and the other people that were working with me as their family. And that was one of the most impactful moments that I had here in Gateway of Grace. I know that my life is changed forever, and God is going to keep working in big ways here in Gateway of Grace.
One of the things that Ibtisam says was she didn't like Islam because she said Islam is all about rules and laws. And she said, I want a religion that speaks to my heart. And she said, I think that's what Christianity is. When she said that, I just teared up because I was like, wow, you get it. You get it. And you haven't ever sit in church one day in your life. Or probably talked to many Christians, but she understands something. Exactly why Jesus came, because he came to love us. It was beautiful. So for me, this experience was amazing because I had the opportunity to offer a healing experience to people who have been through crazy amounts of trauma and love on them and welcome them into our country. And that's our job as Christians, is to welcome them and love on them. So thank you, Gateway of Grace, for having me. It was my honor and privilege.